May as well just start with the news, time and news. Obviously, we've had a bit of time now. I don't want to say the dust has settled because it hasn't around here, but for yourself, man, how are you at the moment now that the decision's been made and it's a reality that you've hung them up?
Yeah, it's a bit of a strange time, to be honest, because still coming to terms with it. Yeah, it's obviously not how it wasn't in the plans or not how you want to end your career, and especially like with the excitement of this season and the guys we got coming in, all that sort of stuff, and how much like we still yet to achieve with the Warriors. Like obviously winning a competition like that was a big motivating factor, and to not be able to be on the field to try and achieve that is a hard pill to swallow. But yeah, it's still going to happen eventually. I'll just be watching it rather than being a part of it, which it will take some getting used to, but like that moment's going to happen at some point, and hopefully sooner rather than later.
So last year, between yourself and Webby and the playing stuff, you make the decision to get surgery and not play for the rest of the year, obviously with the intention of coming back. Walk me through from that moment to the moment you called quits. Like, how was the journey been, and at what point did you kind of think, hang on, this isn't, I'm not right here, do you know what I mean?
Well, the injury hadn't been right all year last year, and obviously got to the point of just couldn't go on and endure the pain any longer. Just simple actions I'd be in a lot of pain. So catching and passing a ball, tackling, like doing everyday life stuff, like throwing a ball with my son or carrying plates, or like just little things. It sort of just wore me down so much, and not being able to perform on the field. One of my responsibilities as a leader of the team was, I've always said, first and foremost, my performances have to be of a high standard, and I wasn't reaching those standards, and that took a huge toll. So it got to a point where just couldn't bear the pain anymore, and we decided to surgically repair it and to give it every chance it can to recover and get it strong again, and for this 2025 season, and yeah, it was flying in pre-season. My body felt good, like everything was sort of trending in the right direction, and was making some progress with the wrist, but not to the point where it was as comfortable, and I was still dealing with pain and things like that. So yeah, it was sort of over the Christmas break when just having a conversation with the doc about how it was going. He sort of checked in, and after a bit of a long conversation, he and the way we were looking at managing it, he just come to the decision that it wasn't sort of in my best interest to continue playing. So it was
hit you, that sort of conversation. Were you prepared for it even a little bit, or
Nah, I wasn't completely prepared for it. Obviously, you've got to, with injuries, you have to be realistic, and part of you sort of thinks that there is, especially the injury of that nature, you have to sort of, I guess, be prepared for any outcome. But when you sort of get told and the reality hits and it all happens, you sort of, I guess, I don't know if you can prepare yourself for that feeling, because you don't really know until you're in it what feelings will hit you. But yeah, I was in shock for a little bit there, and I guess as time went on, the guys continued to train. The reality that I wasn't waking up and training with them, all that sort of stuff, that kind of hit. And then obviously telling the team, it was after about a week or so of hearing the news myself, and a bit of paperwork and all that sort of stuff from the doc, and telling the team was tough. Yeah, it's like looking all of them in the eyes and telling them that I'm not going to be able to run out there with them. And yeah, it was a hard moment to, I guess, find the right words and sort of, I don't know, so just tell them what the situation was.
Regardless of club captain and coach, obviously you have to have a special relationship. I know you guys certainly do. How was that conversation with Webby, mate?
Yeah, that was another tough conversation. Obviously, after the doc made the call, I'm having a conversation with him and Cam, and those two have been incredibly supportive, and I think the thing that they've shown is the most important thing is that they were worried about was myself and my family, and they just wanted what was best for me, and if it wasn't safe enough and I wasn't able to perform and in a more I don't even know the words,
to your standards.
Yeah, to my standards, but it wasn't so much that, it was more the safety aspect and am I going to be able to get through and come out of this career in one piece, and because life goes far beyond your footy career, and I think so what their words were sort of incredibly supportive of me and my family and putting us first, which would have been, it was a hard position for them to take. Obviously they're all there, they pour all their heart and soul into making this club as great as it can be, and to show that they can support a person first and foremost, person and his family. Yeah, it was an incredible moment from them, and it meant a lot to me and my family.
When you look back and reflect, man, can you try, I know whether it's premierships or the homecoming here and the 23 season, all that magic, can you pinpoint any highlights throughout your career that, you're going to be the old man rocking on the chair in Hastings thinking about? Anything that really stands out, bro?
Yeah, I've been really lucky to be a part of some special moments. That you mentioned the homecoming game, like that. I think everyone who was a part of that's going to be sort of imprinted in their minds of that moment, running out and just the noise of the crowd. Was there 30,000 there? Like it was almost the same level as running out to a packed ANZ Stadium on grand final day. Like, it was so loud, just the atmosphere, the flames going, and just what it meant to the club, like being able to run out of Mount Smart Field, been over 1,000 days before the last time we had done it. So yeah, that moment was special.
I think you scored a try, didn't you? You crossed over.
Yeah, it doesn't happen often, but
in front of the South Stand, that's nice.
Yeah. I think the moments that are really special to me is being able to walk out on the field for milestones with my son. He's got a picture on his wall of me and him as we were walking out. Like, that's something that I think means more to my family than anything, because we get to be a part of all these special moments, but a lot of the times it's just myself, and the fact that I got to share it with my family and share that moment, that's something that's real special. And then things like being able to win a premiership, that's something that every single person who puts on a jersey wants to do. Above everything else, they want to hold that trophy up and receive that ring, and to be able to say that I've done that is something that is special.
I'm excited for what's next for you, bro. But what are you going to miss most about captaining and leading out this Warriors side?
Yeah, just the unwavering support, like some of the special moments that fans have brought us, like especially here at Mount Smart. But the most special one I think is when we've run out to some stadiums in Sydney and the home teams being booed and they've got Warriors chants going. Like, that just shows how passionate our fans are, and they'll travel anywhere. And I know we've got a lot of Kiwis over in Australia or all over the world, so they probably didn't have to go far, but the fact that they've shown up and they're still outnumbered, but they're louder, they support us through thick and thin, and it's those moments that I think have been the most special part about running out for the Warriors.
It's all very raw. We're speaking pretty quickly here, but what's next, man, for you and the family immediately?
I think it's to sort of, to be honest, I've got no idea. We just got to take our time and sort of take stock. Yeah, we're going to be around for a little while longer, and like Cam will have stuff for me. Parents is, I'm pretty sure he'll still put me to work, but and Webby wants to catch up at some point. But yeah, we're still in a bit of shock. Like, there's things that we want to do and goals that we want to achieve, but I think it's important that we sort of take our time and sort of let this sink in, the reality of life. Life after footy, it's sort of hit us pretty fast. So yeah, it's important for us to not rush into things, and we just got to take our time and make sure that we're doing everything the right way.
And last one from me, bro. Obviously, you retire as the skipper, as the leader, the captain of the club. Everyone's mind immediately goes to round one and who's leading us out and what the leadership group looks like. How the leadership group got here at the moment, and how much confidence do you have in the boys down there at the moment that, despite you not being there, there's enough experience and whatnot in that group to carry us forward?
Yeah, the club is so fortunate to have some of the guys that we have here now. Obviously with Fish coming in, he's led his country, he's experienced some of the biggest games that you can play in the last 5 years running. He's been a part of the biggest game of the year and had success. And so I think that sort of experience, just what he brings to his side, the high standards, he knows how to win games, he knows what it takes, and it starts with the effort he puts in and standards he expects of others. And that's the exact same as Barney as well. Like they're like two versions of the same people. One's Australian, one's Kiwi. Barney's just a bit grumpier, but it's the same thing. Like high standards, they're demanding of others. Capes has played at Origin level, played in grand finals, and you got Dylan, who's probably the most different out of the lot of them. He brings the fun. But he's played at the highest level you can play. He's a vocal leader of the team. Like, they've got so many different options, and like they're in a really good place. And it sucks that I won't be able to be there with them. Because some of those guys, especially Fish, haven't been able to play with them at club level, and it was something I was really looking forward to do. But yeah, they're in good hands with that leadership group. And then you've got these young guys, got some incredible leaders at such a young age. Like there's Jacob, Dimitrik, Zion, Ali. Like they've stood up from the part that I was part of in the preseason. They really stood up. They put their hand up and they're trying to lead the team as best as they can, even at a young age. And it's so exciting for the future of this club as well as the present. So yeah, as hard as it's going to be to be watching, I can't wait to see where they take the club next.